أجمعين. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. One of the qualities which the Prophet ﷺ encourages us to seek protection from is jealousy. And when we look around us in society, this is so prevalent, where we see people with blessings and ni'mah, whether Muslim, non-Muslims, and it gives us this feeling of our heart, within our heart, and this negative feeling. But the Prophet ﷺ, he emphasized to seek refuge from jealousy. Many of us, most of us, we know Surah Al-Falaq. In Surah Al-Falaq we say, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقْ وَمِنْ شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبْ وَمِنْ شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ وَمِنْ شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدٍ. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of the skies, or the Lord of the mornings, مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقْ, from the evil of that which he has created, from the creation. وَمِنْ شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبْ, and from the evil of the night when it darkens. وَمِنْ شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ, from the evil of the sorcerers when they blow into the knots. وَمِنْ شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدٍ, and from the evil of the envious ones when they envy. So we all know there's a famous hadith wherein a person walks by the gathering of the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ, he says a man from Jannah is about to walk past. A man from Jannah is about to walk past, and he was a person from the Ansar. He was in the state of wudu and he was dishevelled. So Abdullah bin Amr, as inquisitive as the Sahaba were, he made the excuse that, can I stay the night with you so I can find out what is this quality of yours? What makes you so unique that the Prophet ﷺ specified that you are a person from Jannah? He said, okay. One night went, second night went, third night went. And so Abdullah bin Amr, he said, I have not seen anything unique in your actions. What's so special? You haven't done any extra prayers or anything like that? He said, you're right. There's nothing special except that before I go to sleep, I hold no malice. I hold no malice, and I hold no jealousy of other people. That malice meaning that I don't hate anyone. I don't harbor any ill feelings within my heart before I go to sleep. And I don't harbor jealousy towards anyone, that if I see someone with a blessing, I don't want that to be taken away from them. Just because of this one quality, which if we lack of it, then we'll be from the people of Jannah. And the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentions, and just will end on this, that, and the scholars, they define jealousy into two categories. One is hasad and one is ghibta. Because in certain hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, la hasada illa fitnatayn, that there is no hasad except in two. رجل آتاه الله مالا فسلطه على هلكته في الحق وَرَجُلٌ آتَاهُ اللَّهُ حِكْمَةً فَيَقْضِي بِهَا وَيُعَلِّمُهَا. Because in this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, he's saying there's no hasad except in two things. Number one is wealth, and number two is knowledge. So how can we corroborate both the hadith that we shouldn't do hasad, and then now this is saying we should do hasad? So the scholars, they differentiate it into two. One is known as hasad, where we see that someone has a ni'mah, a blessing. Allah has given them something. Wealth, intellect, anything, family. And we want that, and we want that to be taken away from that individual. We want that blessing, and we do not want that individual to keep on having that blessing. This is what we call hasad, and this is impermissible. And the other is ghibta, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given someone a blessing. Allah has given them wealth, Allah has given knowledge, Allah has given them certain blessings. We want that blessing, and we want to use that blessing for the right reasons, and we want that person to keep and remain with that blessing. This is permissible. And so, when we go to sleep, and we should encourage our children and our spouses as well, that before we go to sleep, sleep with clean hearts, sleep with clean slates, sleep with a mind that holds and harbors no ill feeling towards others. Yes, of course, someone's wronged done you. You're not going to be naive and make those same mistakes. But we're going to keep a clean heart where we don't hold any enmity and animosity, hatred towards one another. And this will, inshallah, keep our unity. Because when we look at the world within our immediate families, within our siblings, within our communities, there's so much jealousy, it's so prevalent, hatred, animosity, it's so prevalent. And subhanallah, the only way we can do this is rectify this is if we clean our hearts and advise our family members, advise our children, keep clean hearts of one another. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite us and keep our hearts clean. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.